So, like I said, last time we left off, the Handsome Unity have finally made it to the town of Jernima, and they quickly discovered that the town seemed to be under some sort of influence, causing the residents to turn violent and very hostile towards everyone. The group discovered and the nearby temple were trying to do everything they can to help combat the influence to some mixed results. Following a lead coming from a female dwarf named Ignil, the party tracked down another dwarf named Benny, who turned out to be fully taken over by whatever is plaguing the town, causing him to kill his wife and son. The party got some information from Benny saying that in the cave they found underneath the blacksmith's shop, they found a temple, which seemed highly likely to be the cause of whatever is going on. On their way out of the house, the party was stopped by the town guards who wanted to question them about what happened with Benny because it kind of caused a bit of a ruckus. And afterwards, they were being escorted to the barracks until they walked into a riot that was going on in town. The party decided to leave this matter to the guards, and with a quick polymorph assist from Maze to the captain of the guards, the party fled the scene, quickly heading to the magic store. That was said to have found a way to combat the influence a lot better. They reached the Curious Cat, where they met the owner, Nizelia, who took a very blunt approach, showing her attraction towards Akora, who more or less returned the feelings. She revealed that with the help of a man named Otis, and they managed to create some magical items to help repel the effect, or at the very least help reduce it. Buying two magical necklaces, two potions, and some spell scrolls for Maze, the party departed the store where they discovered their horses had been stolen. Uh, Easily tracking down the horses, and they found two harmless individuals who appeared to have stolen the horse, a halfling and a goblin. Fenwin confronted the two, which the goblin grew fearful of her and quickly retreated with the halfling. So, with the party getting the horses back and decided to get some rest, since it was getting late, they decided to tackle the temple the following day, tomorrow. While most of the party agreed to head out of town to camp out for the night away from the influence, Akora decided to head back to the Curious Cat and was very much welcomed by Nizelia to spend the night at her place. There, we are going to go ahead and resume. So, first things first, I would like everyone to make me a wisdom save as everybody's getting ready for bed.
1 second.
No problem.
Oh god, no.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I forgot to log in.
Don't worry, Lexi. I'll roll for you.
I have a +7 to wisdom throws. How did that happen?
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
Off to a great start.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm loading in.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. Do you want me to go ahead and roll for you, or?
It's a new day, right? That's what we left off on.
Technically, yes.
Damn it.
We're
I
just
can't remember.
rolling to see how well y'all slept through the night.
How well
So
I
is it-
slept, bruh.
Like a new day, right? Did we get the rest?
Yes, y'all can go ahead and click on the long rest.
I was wanting to transcribe one of those things. Those spell scrolls, I remember that. I wanted to transcribe the enlarge reduce.
Okay.
So I wouldn't be able to get them both done in the night, so I'll work on adding that in. I think I have an idea of how to do it.
No worries. Got it. Okay. Then I will need. Finland's good. Ren's good. Major good. So I need Larry, Abel, and Akora to roll me 3d6 for me, please.
What, a 9 didn't save?
Oh yeah, you're right. Let me double check that. Roll 4d6. No, I'm just kidding. And if I remember correctly, I don't know why it's not popping up on your deal. Laura, you do have the amulet, right? Because I believe,
I also have one.
yeah, it was Akora
I
and
don't think I do. I think it was
I think I was the other one with the amulet.
you were the other one. Right. Okay. Akora.
So I'm fucked.
So I only have 1d6. Oh, with advantage. Also, you spelled wisdom wrong.
Hmm?
My audio is checked.
Okay, Laurie. Okay. 12. Okay.
Should I re-roll that then?
No, I'm gonna take off on the one of your highest ones, so you only get 7. Because it's
Let's
one.
reduce the amount of dice to a 1d6.
No, it's reduced by 1d6.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry if the wording is weird. So you only.
Oh, cool. So rolling a higher number is bad.
Well, it still says I get to roll with advantage, so I completely forgot to do that.
Oh, then go ahead and roll one more time.
So wisdom save?
Yes.
Watch me roll worse. Same fucking number.
The universe has. Okay.
There we go. Then
I can see the map. Yay.
Abel. You only took. Okay. Okay. Then, as everybody is falling asleep, trying to get the rest, do that for you, Lexi. As everybody
Yay.
falling asleep and trying to get their rest, Laurie, Abel, and Akora, both of y'all, all 3 of y'all, are having a bit more difficulty trying to sleep. Like you feel intense pressure. It seems to be just closing in on you. Even with Laurie and Abel, even though y'all are out of the town's influence, you can still feel it still like pressing down on y'all. So
I'm pretty sure I'm feeling a different pressure pressing down on me.
well, we'll get to that in a bit. And so it's tough for y'all to get some peaceful sleep, but y'all do get some sleep nonetheless. And as you all begin to settle, Maze, as you are drifting off to sleep, and you're still feeling a bit of the influence, but not much, as you're drifting off peacefully to sleep. The first thing you feel while drifting off into the void is warmth, like an intense, like a not intense heat, a fairly mild heat that's covering your body. It doesn't feel like too hot. It just feels oddly comforting, causing you to open your eyes where you find yourself in the familiar cave of Egress. This would be the first time you entered Egress's realm, already inside the cave. And on top of that, you find yourself leaning against Egress's stomach, who is laying down with his body seemingly curled around you. However, you see his head is up, and he seems to be looking directly at a wall. And he seems to have a very tense expression on his face.
Okay. What is going on?
At your words, Egress turns his head over towards you and goes, "Ah, young Maze, welcome." You see, he kind of just looks over at you and kind of just lightly shove you to your feet with his body.
What are you staring at?
He just goes, and then he motions with his head over to the wall. And as you follow his gaze, you see what looks to be a rectangle portrait that seems to be carved into the wall. And you hear him go, "Another one has appeared, like the vision you saw last time you were here."
Another. Have you made any progress in understanding it?
I can't quite study it as well, since I am bound to you. But I believe with you here, and you see he holds out his hand, and the square portrait pops out of the wall and comes over to y'all and kind of rests in your hands, just forming like a stone tablet. And you see the portrait that's carved into the stone tablet looks to be four figures that seems to be sitting around a campfire.
In the portrait?
Yeah, it just seems to be like a very crude drawing, like basically like caveman drawings of like four figures, like four stick figures, that looks to be sitting around a campfire.
Have you tried touching these?
I have, but I can't focus in on them to see what it's trying to show me. However, I believe with you, it can reveal some secrets.
Well, I guess no time like the present. We got to figure this shit out. It's not safe to keep something like this under darkness, so to speak.
I
Watch
agree.
my back.
Always, Maze.
And I'm gonna walk over. I'm gonna lean in and look at it, trying to figure out what it looks like. If I can make out the figures, I guess.
Okay.
Or pick out anything first.
Okay.
And then I'll touch it.
Right now, the stone tablet like kind of popped out of the wall and floated over to you, so it's like kind of floating there with you.
What the fuck? Yeah, so I'll try and like investigate it, see if I can see anything weird about it
Okay. Then go
before I
ahead
touch it.
and give me an investigation check. All right.
Hell yeah.
As you're focusing on the stone tablet and you're trying to understand what these like markings are on the wall, you are indeed seeing four figures that seem to be around a campfire, and you're seeing what looks to be different kinds of languages, like scripts, seem to be carved in around the edges of the stone tablet, and you see what looks to be a crude carving of a sun that's like off in the corner, and you see a crude carving of a crescent moon on the other side. And looking it over, you're seeing before your eyes, due to the investigation check, that the stick figure seems to shift a little bit and seems to slowly start to move and become more detailed. So now you're seeing what looks to be a stick figure with two massive great swords, a stick figure with a longbow, a stick figure with a what looks to be a cloak wrapped around them, and a stick figure with a weird looking like arm. Like it's like the stick figure looks to have like a line going through their arm, like it's different, like it's separating. It could, due to your 23 investigation, you can see it's like pointing out the arm, like something's up with it.
Mm. Do I recognize the crude drawings at all? Like, do they scream specific iconography somehow?
Um, I'll say with the 23 investigation, you can kind of recognize these drawings as not really dating anywhere, like not really trying to source them to like a specific era or a time period, but it very much looks like a like the beginning of drawing, like the beginning of art. Like this seemed to be during the time where mortals were starting to gain consciousness. Like this is like the very early stages of civilizations beginning to begin, and it looks to be taking that style. But as you see it more, you're seeing the stick figures seem to gain more mass, like more detail. It's slowly starting to take form.
Hmm. Okay. I'm going to touch it,
Mhm. Okay.
but I think I'll throw up a comprehend languages first, just in case.
Okay. Jesus. So as you
Ritual tested, but
cast comprehend language and begin focusing, you touch the tablet with it, and you're starting to look at the script that's wrapped around. And the script seems to be made of different kinds of languages. Like you're seeing Common, you're seeing Draconic, you're seeing Elvish, you're seeing Dwarvish, and the script all seems to move and seems to shift to form actual words. And the scripts that and the words that are forming around this tablet uh, begins to spell out the beginning of the end.
Hmm.
And you see Igris is like looking over your shoulder at it, and you hear him go, "Oh, that's not ominous at all."
oh yeah, totally not at all. Mm-hmm.
This is totally gonna be safe. Mm.
I should not be responsible for this information.
Well, it's in your head.
Well, that's the problem.
I got your back, Maze.
Okay. I think you said I already touched it, right?
Yeah, it's in your hand right now.
Hmm. Nothing else has happened with it. Just the beginning of the end. That's it.
So far.
I guess I can try and focus in on it more. See if anything happens.
Okay. As you focus in more on the tablet and you begin looking at it, you're seeing that the stick figures begin to shift and move gradually from a very slow pace
Mm-hmm.
to a more rapid pace. Like it's going like frame by frame by frame to picking up speed, and soon your entire vision goes white.
Oh.
And as your vision goes on white, you then open your eyes and you find yourself sitting at a campfire. And you feel yourself wearing a cloak wrapped around you. To the right of you, you see a feminine figure with pure white skin and what looks to be black veins underneath her skin and pitch black hair that seems to be tied up in a very, very tight bun. And the feminine figure looks very young, maybe in their preteens, but they are wearing leather armor and equipped with a bow and several different arrows. And they look like they are sorting those arrows in different quivers and then restringing their bow.
Okay.
On the left of you, you see another figure wearing black plate armor, the familiar helmet with a crown fused in their helmet covering their face, and two giant swords on either side of them. And you recognize this armor as the same armor that the Black Empress and the Black Emperor wore. However, their outline is different. Like their build seems to be slightly taller than the Black Empress, but smaller than the Black Emperor that you saw. So the armor is the same, but the body type is different.
Okay.
And on the opposite side, you see what looks like Laurie, who is wearing a dark brown cloak and covering her body, and seems to be just staring into the fire with her head down, and seems to be keeping to herself.
Okay.
And as you feel your head turn to the left and the right, examining the three figures, and then you hear the white-skinned feminine figure start to speak, and you hear, "Is the plan still the same?" And you hear a reply coming from you, saying, "Yes, it is still the same. If everything is still going to plan, then Abel will be gone." And you feel yourself look down and then look at the white-skinned figure. "I'm sorry, L'Oreal will be gone. So we can sneak inside." And you see the feminine figure locks eyes with you. "And if she's there?" And then silence fills the camp site. And what feels like a very long minute, you see Laurie lifts her head, showing one side of her face seems to have a dark green skin, and it looks like there is constant moving underneath this dark green skin, and four yellow eyes, like on one side of her face. And you hear her begin to speak in a four-layered voice, one of them belonging to Laurie, but you hear her go, "Well, we will kill them and eat them," talking in that four-layered voice. And then silence returns to the campsite before you slowly nod and say, "Yes, we will have to kill her." And you look down and you clutch your hands together, and showing your right arm seems to be made of what looks like metal and wire, like your arm is a highly advanced prosthetic that seems to go all the way up to your shoulder.
For me too.
Yeah, Cora, you're also beige.
Yeah, Sam, you had me stressed. I thought you
Cora
just paused
is-
for
of
effect. I
course.
was like, that's long enough pause.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Of course, is like creamy yellow color.
Yeah, I guess I think it like somehow color picks from like whatever your profile picture is.
I guess.
I guess.
I guess.
I don't know why mine's this shade of pink though. There's like 4 different shades of pink in my profile picture. None of them are this.
Alright.
I guess it's like mixing them together.
What was the last thing you heard from you, Sam?
I should be asking
Yeah.
y'all because I was still going.
Oh.
The last
Wow.
thing
I didn't.
that was said.
I didn't hear I didn't notice I like froze until I like turned my head and looked at my webcam and I saw it was still like in the same pose. And I was like, well, that's not right.
like
what
that's
told
enough
me-
slices.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
what was,
exactly.
yeah. So what was the
You
last?
told me about the prosthetic, and I asked, "Is it like my body that I'm like seeing through right now? Like looking at the rest of my body?" And then after that, I heard nothing else from you.
Oh. Okay. Well. Let me go back to where I was.
Oh my goodness. Far ahead did you get?
I haven't finished the campaign while we were sitting here.
Gotta restart my browser. I don't need to have Forge up right now. Okay, so the last thing you heard was me say that you had a prosthetic for an arm.
Yeah, and you described it as like a wire and metal, and then I asked, "Is it like, is it my body looking at the rest of me? You know, like am I talking through my or looking, experiencing through my body, or is it someone else's?"
Okay. To answer that question, it would be you feel that it is your body, like this is you that's speaking and has this prosthetic. This seems to be highly advanced prosthetic arm. But as you clutch your hands together and you see your prosthetic arm, you then mumble, "I just hope Egris isn't there." And as you mumble this, I'm paranoid now, so I keep looking at my camera. You see the black armored individual begins to stand up and holds out their hand, and then states, "Then, as the last remnant of the Black Order and last of the rebellion, I shall bestow all the power I can spare onto you three." And you look up at the Black Ruler, and then it's like your mind clicks as you go, "That's right. That's their name." As Black Magical Energy comes out and begins to flow out of their hands and begins to fill all three of y'all. And you hear, "If everything goes to plan, we can change all of this. I hope you are ready, Maze." And that last sentence you hear, you aren't sure who said that, as your vision turns white. And then you open your eyes back in the cave with Egris, who seems to be growling at the stone tablet.
Egris, why are you growling at it?
You see that Egris leans down and plucks the stone and tablet from your hand, and you see he begins to squeeze it a little bit, and cracks begin to appear, and you hear him go, "If this is the future, then why am I not with you?"
I don't know. And it sounds like we might not be allies either. But I don't. Based on what I heard, I don't know if you heard the same.
I did hear everything that you heard.
there was that voice that said, there's still time to change this? And there is maybe this is a glimmer or something else. What could be, not what is. A reminder of where a path could lead.
Hmm. And you see he just flicks the stone tablet and it soars through the air and just slams back into its place in the wall. And you see the dragon, Icarus lowers his head and goes, I hate oracles.
I'm like, because you know I'm a divination wizard primarily, right? That's kind of like my thing.
My statement still
Sorry,
stands.
chronometry wizard. But I love divination, you know.
Hmm.
But I agree. I'm not liking this either. I think we've made headway. I don't think a future where we're at odds is there anymore. I don't think there's a future where you'd be an evil dragon anymore. You might have to change your dragon color. Red gets associated with evil. You might have to like paint yourself a new color or something. Maybe a nice, beautiful white.
I'm thinking I'm understanding on why I went against you. And you see he kind of just looks at you and gives you a sly grin and just shakes his head. And he'll just turns his head towards you and goes, Maze, you have to understand. Since we have reached this stage of our connection, it's gonna take close to you dying for me to be away from you.
And that's the part that worries me. Not that I want to separate because of any ill will or anything like that. It's I don't like the idea of no matter what you were in your past, you were bound and treated like an object. You were an object, technically speaking. You're a plaything. That doesn't sit well with me.
Hmm.
And I mean it when I said I want to try and find a way for you to be free, whether it's ideally to live your life on your own again, but don't know. These visions are confusing. They contradict. The last one that we got was different. You had a physical, right? The last vision I had,
Mm-hmm.
he had a physical body, right?
Yeah, he had a physical body that flew in and swoop you up when you ran off the cliff, and he was literally on there as you were riding him.
Yeah. The last vision, you had the physical body. This doesn't track with that. Something is something weird is happening. More weird than normal. For us, I should say.
Mm. That is saying something, especially since we're dealing with that abomination as well.
Something's happening with him too. I don't know what it is, but I think we have to keep in mind he's been put through, or there's multiple of them. I think they've been put through hell just like you have. It's important to remember that. Sure, they are. Steve is fucking creepy. That is without argument.
Mm.
But we have to understand that they've been through the same process and probably worse if they're multiple things jammed together. Can you imagine the pain? Think of our minds, how it took us melding. Imagine that 4 times or more. I can't imagine that torment. Just some understanding. And if it becomes a problem, we deal with it. just like we always do.
I shall take your words into consideration.
How many times have I been wrong? Huh? You know?
Mm. You do know I have access to all your memories now, right?
Listen, that's. Don't worry about that.
Mm.
No cheating.
Mm. Hmm. Regardless, that second vision became more clear with whatever it is that's invading your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Now, thankfully, you haven't consumed a lot of it yet, but just be careful.
Mm-hmm. I think we need. I need to share this with everybody else. It's our future as much as it is mine. Ours.
Well, so far,
Potential.
we've only heard about the dragonborn called Abel, or L'Oreal, and we've seen Laurie in her bonding process with the abomination.
Yeah.
I can't judge the two new people who join, but it is strange that we haven't seen any word about Okora.
Mm-hmm.
We should dwell on this more. If you want to share it with the rest, by all means, it is your choice. But just be careful. Information about even possible futures getting spread around can either set it in stone, and you see he looks over at the wall, or, and you see he holds up his hand and pulls out the stone tablet, and then you see he clutches his hand, and the stone tablet begins cracking before shattering, and you hear him go, or destroy the very fabric of the universe. But who knows? I'm always curious to see what's gonna happen.
Hmm. Yeah. I just don't know how we can prevent it from happening. I don't know if we can do it alone.
Hmm. Well, if it is the future, it sounded like y'all had a plan. And if y'all were going up against L'Oreal, I hope it was a good plan.
Great.
And you see he begins getting settled in and begins closing his eyes. Until next time, Maze, I will bring you here if another one forms.
Mm. Hopefully next time there'll be like some happy news or something. You know?
We shall see. And with that, you see your vision begins going dark as the cave leaves your mind and you drift back into your sleep. The morning comes as everyone gets out of their tents and begins stretching for the morning. we will go to Akora. So, Akora, as you're opening your eyes, you find yourself laying in a very, very like plush bed, like very, very soft. Very like the bed sheets seem to be made of silk. Multiple different pillows. There seems to be like 10 different sizes of pillows on one end. The cover is off the bed. Some of these pillows are scattered around the room, and you sit up, and you don't see Nazelia there. But as you're sitting up, you immediately go ah, and then you like rub your neck, where you can feel a bite mark on your neck. That seems to be kind of deep, but uh, you know, after last night, that's not the only bite mark that's on your body.
I didn't think so.
And you look around and you begin getting dressed as you begin dressing up and putting on your outfit. And I'll say, what are you doing as you're getting out of bed slowly?
Just stretching and looking around still.
Okay. As you're looking around, you're seeing that you are in her Nazilia's main bedroom, which she dragged you to very shortly after you arrived to her place. The bedroom is a very humble size, not necessarily too big for a master bedroom, but you're seeing that the sheets seems to be, or the whole entire bed frame seems to be like floating a little bit, like it's levitating up in the air, and the sheets and the bed sheets and the pillow cases and the covers seem to be very, very lush and like a dark purple coloring. And you're seeing a nightstand on the side, and you're seeing what looks to be a cup that's tipped over, and you're seeing what looks to be some candles where the wax is already like melted to the base, and you're seeing what looks to be your weapons off to the side, and you're seeing two chests on the very end. One looks like that's fairly open, and as you look at it, it takes you a second, but you remember what that chest is full of.
Oh my god.
So you look at it, and with, we'll say, memories of what all's in there, you decide to, well, I'll let you decide if you want to mess with it or not.
I'm not, but I'm gonna like fix the bed up and stuff.
Okay. You fix up the bed and get everything back to what you remember it looking like before you got rushed into this room.
Jesus.
And you begin walking out of the bedroom, and the first thing you smell is what smells like, at first it smells like cooked ham that like immediately hits your nose, and some scrambled eggs, and you're also smelling some bacon as well. And as you follow the scent, you get into this fairly large kitchen, and you're seeing Nazelia there, the black fur tabaxi, and what looks to be a bathrobe that's covering her naked form, and she seems to be making breakfast. But you see that there is a book that's levitating next to her, and you see she's reading it, and you hear her go, "Okay, so we made that kind of profit yesterday. I should be good for the month. And then in a couple more weeks, I should be ready to get out of here. Okay, yeah, I can do that." And then you hear her ear, you see her ear like flick a little bit, and you see she turns towards you, and you see she gives a big smile towards you and goes, "Well, kitty cat, good morning."
Good morning yourself. I'm gonna go over to her and gently hug her.
Okay, and go over and gently give her a hug, and she smiles at you and pats you on the side of the head, and goes, Please, I need to work today. Don't get me started. You feel her tail begins to like flick against your chest.
Tempting.
Hmm.
I think I must get back to my companions.
Hmm. Yes, we both have our own business to take care of today.
I'd hate to leave you, though.
I do too. But we have our duties to take care of. But I do hope that before you leave the town, I mean, or go off to wherever you need to go, you come at least say goodbye to me.
I couldn't leave without it.
Hmm.
I just hope that we can see each other again soon.
I'm sure. And you see she kind of looks at you and grabs you gently by your mane and pulls you down and gives you a kiss. And kind of pushes you back and goes, "Now come, eat some breakfast, and then I'll kick you out of the store."
Very well. Thank you for everything.
Trust me, Okora, it was both of our pleasure. On that note, we will go back to the rest of the group as one by one y'all get out of your tents and begin packing up. What are y'all doing as y'all get camped all packed up?
Oh,
Not everybody all at once now.
I missed that. I heard cut back to everyone else with us.
Oh, basically asking, what are y'all doing? As y'all wake up one by one and begin packing up camp.
I'm waking up and I'm just sitting there. I'm thinking.
Mhm.
I'm not even moving right away.
I don't even remember what we were talking about before. I guess if I want to just, walk out, start packing up, kind of looking around, make sure that nothing had happened overnight. It's terrible, or that nothing's nearby.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh shit! You got the spells my thing already. Let's go. Okay.
If I remember correctly, the previous night y'all were talking about going to investigating the temple.
Oh,
Where is?
can't hear. You're muted.
Oh, sorry, I was eating some food. When, if I remember correctly, the previous night y'all were talking about going investigating the temple, or possibly.
Yeah, then it's just looking around, double checking that nothing really came into the camp overnight.
We're talking about the temple. We're not talking about the temple we were already at, right? A different one.
No, the one that's in the underground one or whatever.
That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
Larry and Abel, what about you? What are y'all two doing as y'all getting up?
Yo, where is this man? Caleb. I didn't realize I haven't heard him at all. Uh, yeah, I'm just gonna get.
You good, Gabe? Hi, Caleb?
I think so. I think my mic great. Um, yeah, I'm just taking care of the kiddos, uh, that good stuff right now.
Okay.
Mm,
Larry, what about you?
Just getting up, packing up, not talking to anybody. She's angry. I'm at stage 3 now, so I'm like pissed off
oh.
all the time.
She's just Piss
Yeah.
off.
I forgot about that too.
Oh boy.
Hmm. Yeah, do make sure y'all check out underneath your features category on your character sheet to see what stage you're at. Alright, so as all of you get up one by one, some of y'all having a better time sleeping than others. Some of y'all having a rough time trying to get some sleep.
For real. Oh boy. Okay.
But I do gotta ask, where are y'all going to meet up with Akora or trying to find him? Because y'all didn't discuss where y'all would meet back up.
No.
I think we all just kind of assumed we would go to the store first.
Is the store like opposite of where we're going? Where Ingle is?
You haven't been to the blacksmith store yet. Like you haven't been there yet, so you don't know.
Hmm.
Oh, wait, I remember now. We were going to go to the temple that's not underground and ask for directions to the blacksmith. And then go there,
Tell me.
I think.
I thought we went to the blacksmith the other day, so I think
No, that's
we.
the blacksmith is Big Nail store, right?
It'll be
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we went
So
there.
that's where the underground place is.
Yeah,
Underneath
but we
it.
never ended up going there because Benny.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Benny
That's
has some
right.
issues.
That's
We were going
right.
to ask directions from the guards, but then the riot happened.
Mhm.
And thus we need to go back to the temple to find Ignis.
Okay.
Directions.
Mhm.
So I guess I would vote for instead towards the shop first, and then we can pick up Akora.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then, with that decided, the group packs up, and Lily holding on to Abel's hand and kind of just looking around curiously. Ryan kind of trailing a little bit behind and just. It looks like he's slowly keeping his distance, but maintaining a quote unquote safe distance from the rest of the group as he follows along. Akor, what about you?
I'm very sad I'm leaving.
Okay.
Oh.
As you head out the front door, you look back and you see Nazelia just kind of leaning against the door frame, still in her robe covering her, and she just. So long, my fluffy kitty cat. I hope you can visit me sometime.
Hopefully, I'll find you again.
Me too. Kind of gives you a wink before stepping back, and the door slowly closes.
I'm gonna try and find the rest of my group.
Okay. Then, I would just simply like to ask, Akora, you're gonna go ahead. Since you are gonna be looking for in the group, who is gonna be leading the group to find to go to Akora? Because so far y'all said that y'all are going to the store.
To the store where we know where we went. I forgot the name of the store.
The Curious Cat. Yeah.
Curious Cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll lead the way.
I mean, okay.
I don't know how well my direction is, but hey, you know.
Okay. Then I both
I
need y'all.
would just,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I would assume that Fenwin was in front because ranger stuff, but that's also just.
I mean, if you want to.
Okay, I don't know.
It doesn't matter to me.
Okay, I'll go in front. I'll be in front.
Alright, then I need both Finwin and Akora. I'll say make me perception checks.
God damn it.
Alright. As y'all are going into the city and heading to the
Oh.
Curious Cat, you get past the guards who all just kind of give y'all a look, but motion y'all in without saying anything. You see that there is a bit more of a tense energy just feeling the rest of the townsfolk that are there. You see some of them are now like grouping up and just glaring at other people. And as soon as y'all walk by them, you can hear like comments are being made. Specifically, since it's filled with elves, your group, you're hearing like basically lots of racial slurs getting thrown at y'all, and lots of glares, and you're seeing some are like gripping their like weapon that a few of them have, and you're seeing some guards are there and keeping an eye on the townsfolks, and you see that they're like gripping their weapons as well. And Akora, as you're trying to like snake your way through, it takes you a bit, but you kind of realize you don't exactly know where to find your group. So you kind of just result in aimless wandering, just trying to like trying to run into them as best as you can. And as
I
you're
think eventually I just try and backtrack if I can't find them.
you try to backtrack, but then you're seeing like a crowd of townsfolk, and you kind of look around. You don't know exactly where you are as you're just and you're seeing like the town. Some of the town folks are like shoulder checking you and just kind of giving you a glare and keep on walking.
I'm gonna start growling at being just. I'm just gonna try and be big scary
no.
lion.
Okay.
Get them fuck out of my way. I don't
Oh,
think I'm gonna
no.
do well with any check.
Okay. Well, let's see. Roll me intimidation check.
God fucking damn.
Wow.
As you let out a
I'm not
or you
roaring or anything.
try
I'm
to
growling.
try to let out a growl.
Yeah.
You kind of realize that your throat is a bit hoarse for some oddball reason,
God.
and
I said I'm coughing.
yeah, you kind of end up coughing, and you see the people who are like shoulder checking you and giving you a glare, kind of just laugh at you before keeping walking on their way. And Fenwin, you do pick as you're leading the group, you do pick up the attempt of like the attempted growl, and you look over and you see Akora like up to the side. Like you do manage to run into him, and you see Akora just like shooting daggers at this group of guys who walk by him.
Aura.
Oh, hi.
Even start
Oh,
beating
hi.
that neighborhood.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Hi.
Oh, hi, Mom.
He's completely forgetting the very visible bite marks on his body.
Oh my god.
And according to the portrait, that you're not wearing a lot of.
I don't have
Cover.
armor. And mine doesn't have armor because I'm very bad at drawing armor.
Oh, you're good. You're good.
Hey.
So,
So does Fenwin notice that, or like?
based on a 21 perception check, you do notice there's a lot of bite marks, some love bites, some hickeys, like kind of sprinkled around his body.
Damn.
Someone had a good evening.
Yes, I did. How was yours?
Yes.
Boring.
Fine. Other than Laurie continued to like toss and turn in the tent next to
What,
us.
That doesn't surprise me.
what is that supposed to mean?
It means that you were obviously having a hard time sleeping, thus making it easy for me to start.
The mention of sleeping, I'm going to yawn and stretch.
How late were you up last night?
I do not want to answer that.
I'd be concerned if this was any other situation, my friend. Right.
Fair enough.
Well, I don't remember what we had said before leaving town, but we realized that we still don't have directions to blacksmith shop, so we need to go to the temple again. And maybe have somebody look over Laurie. So, have our bases covered.
Sounds
Oh,
fair.
shit.
Sweet.
I will say, Laurie, as you're walking through town, following the group, you can't help but feel your head is like turning to the townsfolk next to you, who are just giving you glares, and you're hearing the clicking noise in the back of your head, and you look at one person in the visual, and you're not 100% sure why, but he seems to just glare at you before just like looking at you and glaring, and before his eyes go wide and just quickly darts to the side, and you're a bit confused, but then you feel the thin light blue tongue come out of your mouth and just kind of lap at your lips before going back into your mouth.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah, that's about normal.
tell someone is getting
Checks
a bit
out.
restless.
A bit hungry.
Hence.
I don't say anything to him. I'm just like, yeah, okay.
Shit, there it
Oh
is.
my god.
So,
Yeah, so,
to the temple.
To the
yes.
temple.
Okay.
Hopefully, get rid of this fucking problem so we can stop worrying about
Oh my god.
Steve. eating
Somebody
the
hold
berry
Laurie
down.
back.
As y'all
Someone hold Laurie back.
you head over to the temple, and you approach the same gates that was there, riding y'all's horses and carriages. As you get up to the front gate, you see the two guards that were there yesterday look over at y'all and go, hold it, hold it. What? Oh, it's y'all. Well, what business do y'all have here?
We need
Directions.
directions and to have a priest look over one of our party.
Okay, well, it's good that you showed up early, because we're starting to get a line. And he kind of looks over, and he's seeing a line of people, like a crowd of people, is starting to head towards the gate as well. And you see him kind of nod his head and goes, "How are all of you feeling?"
I think
Uh,
most of us are
agitated?
okay.
Agitated? Yeah, that's a word.
Agitated? Not angry, but irritable.
Mm,
I'm fine.
I think Laurie could be classified as angry.
I don't think she's fine.
I gesture over at Laurie. I'm like, I don't.
She's like very obviously sounds. She's still trying to lie though.
Mm-hmm.
you see the two guards kind of look at each other and just go, "Right."
Hence the need to have someone
We'll go
look over.
quickly get you a praise. You were also getting directions to where?
The blacksmith.
Oh, Ignil's place. Yeah, I can give you some directions. And he kind of looks over and goes, Mark, go get a priest. And he's going to say, oh, got it. And runs inside and
Oh, hi, Mark.
looks back at y'all
Oh, Mark.
and goes, and Mark kind of looks back and goes, hi. Weird. And continues running off. And the other guard looks back at the group and begins to give y'all directions to the Ignil's shop and the blacksmith. which is called, if I look at my notes correctly,
Something.
the Dwarven Pride.
Ooh.
So begins giving y'all directions, and by the time he finished, you see Mark comes out from behind the gates, and you see one of the clerics comes out, a half elf with dark pale skin, or excuse me, dark tan skin, and the small pointed ears, and dark brown hair, and the simple white robe covering their body, and looks over to you, Laurie, and goes, excuse me, are you the one that I need to attend to?
So
Immediately gesture to the seething tiny person behind us.
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay, I just want to be sure. Do you mind if I touch you?
God. Is it? I can't see the green on my mic, so I don't think it's done. Sorry. If you have to.
I will make this as quick as possible, ma'am. And you see the half elf comes over to you and slowly places her hands on either side of your forehead and closes her eyes, and you see this green magical energy begins coming from her hand and covering your entire body, Laurie. And you are you are reduced by 8, which is enough to bring you down to math. This no.
Mad do be hard.
So you are no longer at stage 3, but you are just dropped down to stage 2. So keep that in mind. And you see the priestess kind of, as the spell finished, she brings her hand back, and you see sweat is going down her face, and she is panting, and just goes, okay, you should be good for a bit. I'm gonna, God, I'm gonna go sit down now.
I'm gonna go have a lie down.
Y'all have a wonderful day. And you see she begins to slowly turn, and you hear some people in the crowd begin to shout over each other, and you're hearing some of them go, and what about us? Why are you serving them? We're the town folk. They're just outsiders. And you're hearing more rambunctious noises filling the townsfolk, and you're seeing the guard just, God damn it, not again. And you see he's trying his best, and he's just going, people, please just form a line, and we will get you in as fast as possible. But please, you got to settle down. And you're seeing the crowd is starting to get more and more rambunctious.
I'm gonna keep watching, and if
Oh
anyone
my-
breaks through, I'm gonna just try and scare them off.
Okay. The rest of you?
Well, trying to tell them that we're helping didn't work last time, so I'm just gonna bite my tongue for now.
Okay.
I think maybe the best thing to do would just kind of back off. Then, I don't know, we seem to be the issue if we leave, then hopefully they have nothing else to ride over.
I guess if they're gonna leave, I'll just keep a watch, and if anyone tries to have a go, I will definitely try and fight them.
Okay. Laurie and Abel? I'm assuming the same?
Yeah, just. But I will fight someone if they try to fight me.
Way warily here to fight.
Abel, I'm assuming the same. Abel.
Uh-oh.
I'm assuming mic issues.
He died. Oh no. Elmo, where'd you go?
Live, Abel, live!
Live, you live.
Maybe your input is wrong?
Might be insane in Discord, but okay, duly noted. So, as all y'all begin to slowly make your way away from the temple scene, and as the crowd begins getting more and more rambunctious, you then see a familiar-looking guard step up, and you recognize him as
Mark.
the guard captain that you talked to yesterday and turned into a mammoth. And you see he shows up with 2 squads of other guards, and you see he kind of steps up and goes, "If any of you cause the temple any issues, we have full authority to strike you down where you stand. Now, shut up, get in line, and we won't have to kill anybody else." And you see just kind of looking at the townsfolk, and you see the townsfolk look over at him, and you see with a snap of his finger, the 3 squadron of guards all draw their weapons, and the townsfolk just they do look scared, but they look angry as well as they all get quiet and begin forming a line. And you see the guard captain kind of just shakes his head and takes off his helmet, and you see short black hair and tannish skin, black color eyes, and you see he looks very young to be like a guard captain, to be his station, like looking to be mainly in his 20s or so, but you're seeing that his face seems to be filled with like it looks like he's seen some shit. And
Is this the one I polymorphed?
yeah, he's the one that you polymorphed.
I was looking at him like, did you like it? It was fun. You had a good time?
And you see he kind of looks.
Oh boy.
You see he looks over at you, and he kind of just gives you acknowledgement. Just moves his head up, and then looks back at the crowd and goes, "Surround the townsfolk, make sure they don't do anything stupid. You, all of you, get going." And you see,
Wait, did we get directions?
Yeah, y'all did get directions.
Okay.
So the group begins exiting the scene, leaving behind the crowd of people who are starting to trickle it into the temple in the early morning. And following the directions you got from the guard, you quickly make your way through the towns, passing by a very tense atmosphere of townsfolk and guards who are all just kind of squaring off with each other, and the guards are like clutching their weapons, and the townsfolk seem to be just huddling around, like crowding around each other, just shooting glares at the guards. And as you're going through, you do finally arrive to the location, which is a 2-story building made of polished stone, a stone rooftop with a chimney billowing out smoke, And the building has some scratches and blemishes around the front of the building, like there was a fight. But other than that, it relatively remains untouched. You see two glass windows at the front, and you see what looks to be a flag that's on the side, like kind of right next to the front door. And you see it's it looks to be a hammer with two axes crossed in an X behind the hammer, and the flag is a brown coloring to it too. And Finwin, I will ask you to make me a history check, please.
Yay, I knew it was coming.
Okay. Looking at it, it's not that high of a DC for you. Looking at it, you recognize the flag and the symbol, and you know that at first glance that this flag is a bleh, is a part of the Dwarven tribe in the Dwarven territory that's representing the minor tribe from the Dwarven territory. Basically, a collection of dwarves who exclusively mine in the mountains to uncover what lies deep in the regions of the mountain that separates the Empire and the Dwarven territory from each other. So you do pick that out due to your experience from the past. All right. So I'm assuming y'all going.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. You good, Lexi?
Yeah.
That may have just been me. As y'all all enter the store, you see a well-polished stone room with rows of weapons on racks lining up the wall, and a dark wooden counter separating the front of the store with the back area. You're seeing display cases spread out in the store, showing off a collection of many different kinds of weapons. And the weapon racks seems to have latches that seem to look to be bolted into the wall. And there are locks on a lot of the cases. And you see that the display cases seem to have another layer of glass that seems to be very thicker on top of them. It's very unnatural to see these kind of precautions for in general. But you then also see the familiar dwarf, the female dwarf, her long amber hair that's tied in a tight bun, with a few strands falling in front of her face, the tan skin and dark green eyes, the muscular build showing off, that's being shown off by her no sleeve t-shirt, and wearing some dark brown pants, and has a leather apron on covering the front of her body. And she looks over at y'all and looks at you, Finwin, and goes, "Ah, friends, welcome to my store. Finally." And you see, she kind of walks over to y'all and grasps your hand, Finwin, and begins shaking it, and goes, "Thank you again for helping me out with Benny."
Yeah, how's he doing?
He's at the temple right now, getting treated by some of the high priestess and getting looked over. But he's in a lot better spot. He's still unconscious, but the high priestess says he's gonna be okay.
We give her a kind smile and take her hand back while saying in as kind of a voice as I can muster, "I'm glad that we helped someone. I do hope when he wakes he is of a more sound mind."
You see, Ignale kind of just looks down and goes, I mean, as much as a sound mind that he's gonna get when he wakes up, but
Yes.
my husband's over there keeping watch of him. So we'll be there for him. But thank you once again. But anyways, that's enough of family sadness. And you see she kind of straightens herself up and goes, what brings y'all by? Were you here to shop? Were you here to investigate the mines? Or what brings y'all by?
Primarily the
The
mines. I
mines.
don't know if no one else wants to shop. Yeah.
Mine's mostly it may not hurt to make sure we are prepared.
She kind of nods her head and goes, "Of course, of course. Was there anything in particular y'all were looking for? All of these are my designs, and made. Well, I should say most of these are my designs. I made most of these. Were there any kind of particular weapons y'all were looking for, or just anything in general, or
Mm,
say that again?"
Well, we mostly to say I use ranged weapons. If you have any that may be of interest.
Define range weapons. Are you talking about like bows? Are you talking about
They're daggers mostly, but even dagger.
Hmm, hmm, hmm. Daggers, daggers, daggers. I do have a couple daggers that might interest you. What about the rest of y'all?
I am broke, so nothing for me.
Looks at you, Okora, and goes, "And what about you, big man?"
Uh, I am unsure.
Okay, no problem. You can just browse, and if you think of anything, just let me know. And looks at Abel and Laurie, and then looks at the two kids following y'all, and goes, "And what about y'all? Anything in particular?"
I don't. God damn. I don't typically find much use.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. What about you, Mr. Dragonborn? Still issues. Noted.
Man, that's rough.
Just if.
I don't get the the gruff man talk. Shame.
You see the Ignil kind of just goes, special arrows. Sorry to say, no, that's not my specialty. I apologize for that.
Um.
Hmm.
I lost after I thought. It's gone.
If you're looking for long bows, I got some long bows that are magically enchanted. If that's what you're talking about. But they're mainly just simple magical enchantments, just to nothing real special when it comes to my longbows. I do apologize. Translation: she mainly only has like +1s or +2 longbows.
Nothing that's like above and beyond.
Yeah, not with her, sadly. A +2 would be +2 would be 4,000 gold pieces.
I could probably look for an enchanted sword now that I think about it, or upgraded.
Yeah, you can do that.
Yes.
Okay. Finwin, to you, you see that she brings out, after talking to Abel, looks up at you and kind of guides you to a display case and points out two particular daggers. You're seeing one dagger that looks quite simple, and it's a very simple design. But you see that it has a emerald on like a fairly good sized emerald in the hilt of the blade, and you see that it kind of glows with faint magical energy. And this would be the emerald dagger. Basically, it's a normal dagger, but while attuned to the dagger, you have advantage on acrobatics, sleight of hand, and stealth check, as long as you are in a heavily forested area. There is also another dagger.
Please?
There is also another dagger she points out to. This one has a lot more magical properties to it, and you can see that it seems to be pulsing a little bit with some magical, arcane energy that seems to be swirling around this dagger. And this dagger, and you see that it looks to be a very elegant dagger, and you're seeing what looks to be two jewels are in the like two ruby jewels are in the hilt of the dagger, and you see it seems to have a very elegant curve to it, like very smooth, very clean. And I will hopefully instead of just me pointing this out, I will pop it into your well, don't know if you'll be able to access your inventory. Are you on the computer or phone? Tablet?
Future?
Computer? Oh, okay. Then I'm putting it into your inventory right now. You just look it over and let me know if you are interested in it. So while you're looking over and there, with Akora, you said that you're interested in looking for any magical swords.
Yes.
And
I feel like I could benefit from getting something better from what I have.
she kind of nods and looks over at your long sword that seems to be, it's very worn out and has some chips here and there. And she kind of nods her head and grips her chin and goes, okay, yeah, I can see that this is a very worn down sword. That's good. It means you used it, so that's always good. Were you looking for just a particular another long sword, or were you looking for a great sword, or which?
A long sword is good for me.
Okay.
I'm more the slash and bash sort.
Okay. No issues and there. Then let's see. Ooh, I have this, and you see that she pulls out a long sword, and you see that this long sword doesn't have any guard, like doesn't have a hand guard on the hilt of the blade, and the tip is covered with spikes, and its handle is covered in a white cloth, and the only thing that's the cloth seems to be the only thing that's protecting the wielder from hurting themselves. And you see as she points it out and goes, and this long sword, I made it for a barbarian friend of mine, but sadly he passed away, sadly. But he did say that if he ever died, I would keep the sword and try to resell it. So The sword, it's a +1 sword. You get bonus to attacks and damage roll using the magical sword. Additionally, whenever you take 5 or more points of damage from a single source, this bonus is increased by 1 to a maximum +6. The bonus is reset to a 1 at the end of each of your turn. So translation, it starts at a +1, but if you take more than 5 damage, like before the end of your next turn, it will bump up to a +2, and then bump up to a +3, to a +4, all the way up to a +6.
This is me speaking out of character. That sounds like a really ugly fucking sword.
Pretty much it.
Are there any other options? I just want to see if I have more options.
She kind of nods and goes, I do have a great sword if that perks your interest.
I just look at my shield.
Oh, good.
I don't think I'm strong enough to wield a great sword with one hand.
Okay, fair enough. I understand. The only other longsword I might have is some of my simple ones. More of my magically enchanted to be sharper. Translation: the +1s and the +2s.
I think a +2 would be fine. As fun as the enchanted blade sounds, I don't think that would be something Kokoro would want just because of how it looks.
No, you're good. So you said a +2?
Yeah.
That would come out to 4,000 gold pieces.
Okay, how do I translate that into platinum again?
It would
I think
be
it's 10 gold. Platinum.
so
400 platinum.
Yeah, 400 platinum.
I'll do
If
that.
you don't have enough money,
I have enough.
damn.
Well, didn't
Cora
exactly.
didn't really buy much.
Okay.
He hoards the wealth until these moments.
So subtract 400 platinum pieces from you, Akora. Finwin, have you made a decision about the dagger? Did I freeze again?
No.
Oh, okay. Luxy, you good?
He's deep in thought.
Deep pondering.
My audio is just.
Oh,
She exploded. He's
kaboom!
back. Lexi.
Am I working now?
Well, I
Yes.
hear you, so you're good.
Wonderful. I asked how much it was.
For that dagger, it would be only. Naturally, just close it out. For that dagger, it will only be 1,000 gold pieces.
I will keep it in mind and see when we come if we come back later.
Money, like, Lara will
Can-
help that.
Yeah, we can give you money so
Oh.
you can upgrade.
Laurie,
Whoa.
Shit.
Hang on.
Scared me.
Hang on. Repeat that.
Laurie.
Do you accept or reject this
That's-
proposition from Laurie?
Sorry, say that again, Lexi. Your mic was being weird.
Lovely. I said, oh, Laurie.
I can give like 200.
That's like, accept proposition, everybody.
Okay,
It's very interesting.
it's 1,000.
Your mic is
Okay,
turning into.
Your mic is
Yeah.
very weird.
Optimum Prime.
It's like your mic is like making you stutter like a lot. Let's see if she can fix it. sounds weird.
What is happening?
I don't remember you having this issue before. Granted, I don't remember me having this issue before.
I think just
Another day,
having
another
issues
Discord
today.
issue, right?
Say that one more time, Lexi.
I said I think
Nope. Nothing but scuff.
All scuffed.
All scuff today. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember you having this issue last time you used your computer, so it might be Discord being weird. Laurie, you were saying something? What was your question?
Oh, I was just saying, how much is the dagger? 1,000.
The dagger would be 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay. I will finish him up.
God
Okay.
bless you.
am I heard now?
Yes.
Cool. I think my computer just shit itself. So great.
A lot happened.
I was just saying that I accept Laurie's proposition of buying the dagger for me.
I will buy the dagger.
Yay.
So are you gonna buy like cough up the full 1,000 gold?
Yep.
Okay.
I got money.
Sweet.
Laurie should not have money. So
You're responsible with money. I'm taking advantage of it.
yeah.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right.
Also, she doesn't really care.
So Fenwin, you do get the dagger. Lie, you
Yay.
cough up 1,000 gold pieces. Fenwin, you don't spend anything.
Was it like a regular dagger? Forgot already. Or you know what I mean?
It better not be a regular dagger.
Was it like a plus, plus one dagger or something? Or
I think it's just an enchanted dagger.
It has a very long description of what it does. So that's
Yeah.
why.
As long as it's not a regular dagger that I'm paying 1,000 gold for.
1,000 gold for a 9 dagger.
No,
Economy.
no, it's cool. It does cool things.
Lit.
Yeah.
That's what's important.
So, with the dagger being acquired, and the longbow, or longsword, being acquired as well for Akora, the weapons are in y'all's inventory, and y'all did spend the money. Ignil takes your gold, puts it away, and then looks at y'all kind of nervous and goes, "So, I guess y'all gonna go into the mines?"
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Woo.
Before we do that, I don't think we should take the children.
We most
Probably
certainly are
not.
not taking the children with us.
I was
No.
going to ask, yeah.
No. No.
We may be fools, but we're not that stupid.
Could we? I turned to Ignil. Could we leave the children with you, perhaps?
Oh, sure. I wouldn't mind keeping an eye on them. I mean, it's the least I can do since y'all are attempting to take care of saving our town. So it's the least I can do. So sure, I can keep an eye on them. What's y'all's name? And looks at Orion and Lily, and Lily kind of just looks at her and goes, "Oh, you're buff." Yeah, you see Ignil just kind of gives a chuckle and goes, "Yes, Lily, I am. I'm pretty strong." And you see she like flexes her muscles, and her muscles just kind of bulge a little bit. And then Lily goes, "Whoa!" And then Lily looks at her arm and just goes, "Eh." And then you see Igneo goes like, "Okay, okay, I'm seeing a little definition. Okay, you must have some dwarven blood in you." And she kind of just smiles, and Lily just kind of giggles and goes like, and then and kind of looks down and goes, "My name's Lily." And then Ryan kind of bows his head towards Igneo and goes, "And my name is Ryan. Thank you for housing us for a bit." And you see Igneo goes, "Don't worry about it. You're," and she kind of looks at y'all. "Parents, guardians, watchers,
We're their guardians.
guardians."
No.
In a
Abel
sense.
is a father. We established this.
I am not the father.
It's like an episode
One
where
parent, several guardians.
And she looks at Lily, then
guys
looks at
are-
Ryan, then looks at the rest of the group. Y'all are human, right? And you see Ryan and Lily just, mm-hmm.
they're adopted.
And then Lily goes, "What does that mean?"
That means that someone else is taking you in as their own.
"Oh,
Means that Abel is your dad.
oh." And you see Lily kind of looks at Abel. "Are you my dad now?"
Um, Ignil, I will be remaining here with the children, so
You see Igneo just kind of,
No.
you see Igneo kind of just nods and goes, "Ah, you are the dad. Hmm."
See? It's not just me.
I
You took about that then, but you know, I can't. I'm not even joking. I'm not even trying to just fluster you. It's just true.
they would I
He's going with
Fight
us.
for our lives, sins, and minds.
Don't worry, Mr. Dragonborn. I can keep eye on the kids while y'all take care of your business down there. She kind of gives a smile and then looks at y'all and looks at the kids and goes, "So, you want some candy?" And then Lily's eyes go wide and goes, and you see Igneo goes, "However, you gotta earn them though." And Lily just goes, "Okay, I can do that." Then why don't I got some spare aprons in the back you can put on, and you could be my little assistant. And Lily goes like,
Oh.
"Okay." And you see, kind of gets excited and goes, "Yeah, the aprons should fit you. Maybe a tiny bit big on you, but yeah." "And you, Ryan, would you like to help?" And Ryan just kind of looks up and thinks about it and goes, "Sure, I wouldn't mind helping out. That'd be interesting to learn." And you see Igneo just pats him on the shoulder and goes, "Good lad, now, come on." And Ryan goes, "Oh, okay." Kind of gets shoved forward.
Oh. And are the mines just back there?
Ah, yes, the mines would be right over here. Please follow me.
Then one follows.
Yeah, I'm assuming the rest does as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in the very back though.
Okay, everyone follows. Laurie annoyingly follows.
I follow.
So she just follows normally.
Hey.
as the group comes forward, and
Cora has a pep in his step.
can only imagine why. As the group heads forward and follows after, you then come across seems to be a hatch on the corner of the store, and she opens it up, and you see it shows a ladder that's ascending down into pitch blackness, and she points at the ladder and goes, "If you climb on down there, this will give you access to my personal mines that are down there."
All right. Thank you.
Of course, it's my pleasure that you are willing to assist us.
We're not gonna die down there, are we?
I don't think so.
It's a possibility. Sure, it's fine.
Not
Was
if I
asking
can
the
help it.
person that owns the mines?
You see, Igno kind of just. No one has died yet.
Well, I mean, they also didn't go.
No one has died in the mines.
But they also didn't go poke the thing that's in the mines with big sticks, so you know.
Looks at his sword. I'll go poke him. I'm gonna poke in the thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, if we don't come out in, I don't know, like
3 days.
by the end of the day, we're probably not
Let's
alive.
not put a time frame on things because
I'd-
we're stupid. We might get lost.
True. If we're not out in like a month's time,
You see, Igno just kind of.
Okay,
Oh.
a month we would
Give
probably
us a
start
week.
with this.
We'll be fine.
all right. Give us a week. If we're not out by then, just I don't know, find someone to take care of the children.
No, I will be here when you
No,
all get back.
You're coming with us.
I
No.
am not.
We need.
Hey, but if I have to drag you down that ladder kicking and screaming, I will.
You
Abel,
can try.
Abel, if you do
Then I
not,
will try.
I'm about to start sizing up and I'm ready to pick his ass up.
Yeah, I'm like, Laurie's also debating whether or not she can pick up Abel.
Abel, we will be fine. But we
She
cannot
definitely cannot. But...
stop being a baby. Let's go.
I am not being a baby.
Yes, you are.
Yes,
Not-
you are.
I am over 6 foot tall. I am not a child.
Well,
I
good
can
for
fix
you.
that.
So am I.
Looks at himself. He's towering over all of them.
Yeah,
Akora wins. We're going. Let's
Akora
go.
wins. We're going. Akora can definitely pick you up, even if I can.
I can and I will. We're going. We'll
I
be
could
fine.
also make you smaller and put you in their pocket. Just saying.
This is just further
Oh, I can
cementing
knock
your
you out.
dad status. I hope you know that.
I get the silent contempt.
All jokes aside, we need your help.
Yes, we do. You are a very valuable ally.
They'll be fine.
Honestly,
And friend.
I feel like our survivability rate like drops by 70% if Abel doesn't go with us.
We gotta need range support.
Do we need those explosive arrows, man?
I cannot
Please
be the
don't
only
leave
ranged
us.
person.
I mean, I have spells, but not as good as those arrows.
Is it working,
Take the
Abel?
example you're
Is it
setting.
working, Abel? Are we
refusing
milking
to
you
go
into
down.
wanting to go down?
Oh my god.
Sam, are there any aprons nearby?
Oh my god.
No, I'm gonna pick him up. I'm gonna just
No,
pick
yeah,
him
I
up.
was
and
gonna say
go.
I'm also going over to tackle him if he's doing that.
I'm gonna like go over and try and start picking up an apron and tying it around myself.
Nope, I'm grabbing him.
Yeah, I'm also
Trying to work.
So Cor grabs him.
yeah. Laurie tries to help, but she's not as strong as Akora. Big surprise.
Just watch me fuck up this roll
hey-
too.
Abel, I'm assuming you're resisting.
Oh yeah.
I'll say. Uh, trying to.
I do have a +2 strength if that helps.
You can. I'll say, Laurie, do you want to give Akora advantage, or do you also want to roll?
Yes, I want to give Akora advantage.
Okay, Akora, make me a. I'll say just a general strength check, and Abel, make me a. How do you want to get out of this? Like, do you want to dodge out of the way, or do you want to overpower him, or how do you want to get out of the way?
Yeah, I'm very much just trying to be the car lot bendable man, just dodging out of the way.
So I get a straight roll or I get an advantage roll?
You get advantage. Okay, then Abel, go ahead and make me a.
I'm a bitch.
I'll say dexterity saving throw.
I like
He's
you
probably
guys.
gonna get it.
Wow.
Did this happen last time? we
Wow.
I
did
pick
this?
him up and throw him over my shoulder.
Wow.
I didn't know it
so-
was on that mark.
It's meant to be.
So Abel, as you're looking around and you're trying to, you're going. I'm not going in. You're trying to reach for an apron that you see that's kind of lounge around. Akora, you immediately just simply grab onto him. And Abel, you try to get away, but you don't see a nearby small box that you immediately hit and begin falling. And Akora, you manage to grab him by the side and just whoop, and hoist him on your shoulder.
Yep, we're going.
Alright, into the mine.
Into the mine before I look.
Yeah, am I able to reach my bow?
Let's say I have a firm grip on your bow. Since
Yeah, I
it's
was
on
gonna say,
your
can I
back.
try to grab the bow off his back?
You're holding him like this.
Basically,
If you're
have
really
stuff around
flexible,
his
I mean, if you're really flexible, you can reach, like,
I'll say yeah,
if
you
you're-
can.
Can I grab the bow before he does?
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull it off my back, hold it out in front of me, notch an arrow, and shoot
I
out
try
an
to-
arrow of teleportation.
Lol.
Can I try to knock it out of his hands before he does that?
Larry, go ahead and roll me. I'll say roll
I'm
me.
basically just trying to, like, wrestle it away from him.
Okay, so you're not trying to knock out the arrow, you're just trying to wrestle the bow out of his hand?
Yeah, it's probably a better idea to knock out the arrow, but she's grabbing the bow.
Okay, then I'll say. Oh, that's not what I want. I want this one. Both of y'all make me strength checks.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
No? Abel, Laurie tried to grab onto your bow, but you yank it out and grab it, and you knock the arrow and then shoot it.
Can you stop being such a little bitch and just
Where you said you're shooting it forward. So as Cora's trying to get to the ladder, you shoot out the arrow of teleportation. Make sure you deduct that from your inventory. And although once you in a magical mist, you form into a magical mist, and you teleport over to where the arrow lands with your hand clutching the arrow. And then you see Igno just looking over and goes, "Oh, that's what you mean by special arrows. Oh, interesting." And then you see Igno just kind of looking at everybody and goes,
I'm just gonna wave him off and just go.
Yeah,
Sure, who needs you anyway then?
Mace was
No,
kinda...
literally
Not like
we
you can-
do. What
it's not
are
like
you
you can-
doing?
I guess you could just protect your daughter and everyone else from here, and not have the entire rest of the town go insane. But that's on you.
My god.
I'm going down the stairs or wherever the fuck we're going. I'm done with him.
"Okay."
Dude.
Yeah, you. I get it. You view her as a charge. We all do. But there are people out here, other children, that are dying, and we're in there fucking around wasting resources. If you knew the shit that I've seen. There are things at play that you don't understand that I can't tell you. We cannot afford to slip. But if this is your choice, it's your choice. Just know it's the fucking wrong one. I'm gonna walk
Oh my
away.
god. I forgot we're all irritated right now, so this is like
Mace
not.
isn't, but Mace is stressed.
Cora is.
Okay. Look, Abel. I get it. You don't want to leave Lily alone. But there's also a high probability if we don't take care of this now, that this will spread and haunt us pretty much for the rest of our lives. I have a feeling. In all seriousness, we could really use your help down there. I don't think just the 5 of us are going to be able to take care of this thing.
Finwin, it is not because I do not want to be with you all that I am not going.
I understand.
I owe it to this little one to protect her from what was taken from her. I will not have anything else taken from her.
You do realize that if we... I meant what I said, by the way, about us surviving being more likely if you were down there with us than if you were up here.
I understand.
I have a feeling that if any of us were gone, you'd be just as devastated. But I also understand this isn't our choice to make, it's yours.
Thank you for being the only one with a level head.
Well, I wouldn't call it a level head. I'm actually freaking the fuck out right now. But I understand what it's like to have a choice taken away from you. I don't want to be that kind of person.
I am okay with making the wrong decision, but in my heart, this is the only correct thing that I can do.
Okay. If I don't make it out, would you... Fenwin reaches for her necklace and takes it off, holding it out to Abel. Would you at least try to find Roland? And tell him of my passing?
I will, but Finwin, I know that you will be fine. You
say that with such confidence, despite the fact that we're all scared shitless.
being scared is different than knowing someone else's abilities.
Well, just in case, so you don't have to travel down there to retrieve this. She takes one of Abel's hands and sets the necklace in it.
Finwin, I
Justin.
believe in you. I know. I will make sure that this finds him. I swear it.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna just whip out a flask of holy water and put it in her hand as well. Try and bless yourself with this.
All right then.
We have not tried it yet. I don't know if it would be of any use, but it certainly would not be of any harm.
Couldn't hurt. And Fenwin takes it, turns, and starts climbing down the ladder.
As soon as everyone is out of sight, I walk up to Abel and back in the face as hard as
Oh my god! I should have stayed up there.
Abel, do you take it?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Oh my god.
Then that's just an unarmed strike, so this would just be your strength modifier. So,
it's just 2.
yeah, so Abel, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as a echoes through the store.
Coward. And I walk away before he can say anything.
Oh my
Go
god.
down.
As the maze, did you go down as well?
I walked over to the ladder. I didn't
Okay.
quite leave.
Oh, you didn't go down!
No, I was just standing there.
Yeah, so May saw that all.
May saw all of it!
She didn't really see it. She's kind of lost in her own head right now. So she heard it, maybe, just didn't really care.
Mhm.
She's kind of sitting there, probably staring at down the ladder. I assume it's pretty dark, it's dim mostly.
It's pretty dark down there.
Yeah, he's kind of just staring down the darkness, thinking about the darkness that was death.
Can I just like yell up for Maze? Like, are you coming down here?
It reaches you now. It's pretty far down.
When he climbs, you kind of look back at Abel and say, I hope we make it back. And I hope I don't have to do what I think I have to do. And then I'll climb down.
Alright. Then as one by one you climb down. Abel. Any thoughts that crosses your mind as you see the last person of the group you were in descend down into the darkness of the mines?
I am doing a silent prayer, one that I've heard my potentially late husband say, and I'm doing this like just saying, they mean much to me, and I know that the world has not been kind to all of us. And I know that there is much more that I could do in this situation. But I have learned a long time ago to trust my instincts. So I pray that wherever you are, you protect them and guide their path, keep them safe, and bring them back. And it's just kind of like repeating over and over in his head for a good bit. Just praying.
Okay. Then, as the group heads down, climbing down the ladder, and descending into the deep, dark cave or mines, and just double checking. don't can't quite remember who all has dark vision.
Oh, I'm gonna use.
I do.
I'm gonna
I-
use Eyes of Night on every.
Oh, that's right. You have that. You can give free dark vision to 30,000 people.
Yeah, it's for people, but you know, everyone.
That's basically 30,000.
Yeah,
I
everyone.
believe I have dark vision already.
But now it's extended to
300 feet.
300 feet.
Nice.
I really
Yeah,
feel
that's what
that.
mine is always.
I can see for miles. Okay.
Yeah. So as y'all climb down, and Laura, you cast out on Eyes of Night, and it the hits your companions. And everyone else, you see that your dark vision just suddenly extends out, and you can see clearly that this mine is a reasonable size. It's not really too massive. It's mainly just like one big expanse, and you see one tunnel just kind of leading northwards. So you can kind of make out all the details of the cavern walls, and you see some tools have been uh, planted on the ground, some pickaxes, some shovels, and you're seeing some crates that are filled with different kinds of ore. And through as y'all reach the bottom of the ladder, and you look up, you see the tiny bit of light that's coming in from top of the hatch. You see the hatch door closes, and now it's fully dark in this cavern. You don't see any. You see torches are on the wall, but they're not lit at all. And as you're looking around, you look northwards to that tunnel that's leading north, and you see some rocks are broken through, and you're seeing they are. There seems to be an opening on the far side of the wall, and you also take notice as y'all get closer to the northern tunnel. Maze, you're the first one to pick it out because you recognize it. You see the familiar thick like strand of dark red magical energy leading into that tunnel. Like it seems to get more and more concentrated as it gets to the tunnel. Like it's coming from above and going into that tunnel. But
That
now,
magic energy I saw before, right, with the detect,
yes.
right?
But now you can actually physically see it, as does everybody else. Y'all do see that strand that's being tightly woven, going across the ceilings to the northern temple, or to the northern cave, I should say.
That is what I was talking about. That I saw.
Great. Love that. Okay. Benwin kind of holds her hand where her necklace would normally be and takes a breath. Well, do we want to discuss plans before we enter the fray or after?
What can we plan? We're walking down a fucking dark tunnel.
True. True.
Plan is put the core in front and hope whatever comes at us can get to him fast. How big is the ceiling in here?
It's about roughly. Math in my head. It's roughly about 250 feet tall.
Oh, so it's big.
Yeah, it's big.
Noted. How tall is the core?
7 foot something.
7 foot something.
So like 15, 16 feet? Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
Right.
How,
Oh.
Sorry, I forgot to ask. How wide? Like, how many people can walk in a line?
And this cavern tunnel is fairly wide. It's about like 15 feet wide, so about 3 people can walk side by side.
Okay. I'm just going to hang back.
Yeah.
I do not wish to get fucking
Mm,
attack my mind demons.
mm, what's the thing? There's a thing I want to do. Where is it? Is it this? Maybe. I think so. Can I use primeval awareness out of combat or no?
No, you can use combat.
Okay, I'd like to use that.
Okay.
Yes.
Do note that it does expend one of your ranger spell slots.
Really? It didn't ask me to.
It says in the description. Sometimes it doesn't fully convert when it gets
Oh.
transferred over to Foundry. But yeah, it says
Uh,
that as an action you can expend one of your ranger spell slots. It's 1 minute per spell level. So you can still activate it, but it only lasts for a minute.
Yeah. I just want to see if there's anything down here with us besides. I'm just gonna feel for what we're dealing with, basically.
Okay. As you focus in and concentrate on your instincts, and you use that little bit of magical energy that's inside you, and you open your eyes, and you basically cast out your swarm out to basically light up um, basically like different colors to represent the different creatures. And as you send them out, says within 1 mile of you. You don't detect anything.
Alright. Well, I don't sense anything in here with us that could be sensed, so. I start walking over to the what'd you call it? Like an opening
Yeah, the tunnel.
in the tunnel.
Okay. I would like to ask, what is the marching order?
I'll be front.
Okay.
I am in the very, very back.
Okay.
Damn.
I think Fen would be towards the back.
I love that you're.
His range.
Akora up front, and y'all three in the back.
We're just
Yeah.
behind this tower.
Yeah, basically.
Yes, essentially, right? So, Akora, as you're leading the group down the tunnel, keeping your eyes peeled, it doesn't take you too far until you see that there is a opening on one side of the cavern walls, and you see it is wide open, and you see that thick strand of dark red energy that seems to be going into this opening. And one thing you also, I'll say, do notice is you see some of the rocks have been cleared away, like someone pushed it out of the way to get in. So I will say you do take notice of that.
Delightful.
Mm.
And as you, so do you enter?
Repeat that entirely again. I was half listening.
Looking around the northern tunnel, you do see a opening, like a cracked opening on one side of the wall, and you see that the thick strand of dark red energy is going into that opening, and you've seen some of the rubble that's down below seem to have been cleared out, like someone moved it to the side to.
I'm gonna cautiously look inside then.
Okay, as you poke your head in, the first thing you see is the opening leads shows stone stairs, like polished stone stairs that descend down, and you see the walls to this stairway is seems to be made of white marble.
Oh, pretty. I'm gonna gesture for the rest to follow me. Anyone who can see me, anyway.
What a pretty place to die.
Yeah, everyone can see you. Thanks
Yeah,
to
we
the
all
300.
traded for the dark.
Yeah. So
We're going down.
as you descend and down further and further and down into the darkness and down the stone stairs, you then see that going further down, you then appear to reach the bottom of the steps, and you see that it leads to a stone tile floor. As you see, as one other thing you see is two giant statues of what looks to be armored warriors that seem to be guarding a fairly small door.
Oh boy.
Interesting. I feel like we have. Why do I hear boss music?
As
Why?
y'all all show up to the entrance area, you see that the room stretch. The room seems to shrink from the cavern walls. The statues are about 10 feet tall, and the rooms stretch about 15 feet high. And you do see a just a simple door with like a stone, like a metal door that's right between the two statues as they remain motionless. And I will say, Laurie, due to your high passive perception, as you kind of keep looking around and examining the statues, you then hear some noises that seems to echo out through this uh, through this hall, like through this temple. As you look around, you see the marble, like the walls are made of pure white marble, and you're seeing what looks to be portraits that seem to be painted on the marble, and and one thing you can detect out of the noise is there seem to be some voices that seems to be uh, echoing through this temple. It's kind of tough for you to make it out, but you can tell there's someone else in here.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
Oh, did the Black Knights already?
I will just tell everyone else
Hmm.
we're not
You get it too.
alone down
I can send Poe ahead. Maybe see if we can get any better information.
That might be good.
Probably a wise idea.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. You summon Poe, who appears in front. And where are you sending him down? I'm assuming through the front door?
Yeah.
Okay. You send them down, open the front door, and leads down a very narrow hallway that seems to go to another metal door. That the door seems to be a little cracked open, and you see some light seem to be peering in this dark hallway.
Okay. I don't see anyone though.
So far, no.
We're gonna fuck him up.
You said there was just one other point of exit, or no?
Yeah, there is. The door opens and leads down a narrow hallway, and there's only one other door on the other side.
Is it open? Oh, I can see it now.
It's open like slightly, like it's cracked open a little bit, and light is coming in, just a tiny bit.
Okay. I'll send Poe down that way, too. He'll peek through the open door.
Okay, so Poe flies down and peeks his head in, and as he peeks his head in and looks around, the first thing that Poe picks up is voice. Is a voice, and Poe narrows down his vision and tracks where the voice is coming from, and Poe sees on the other end of this seems to be long, narrow room. Like the first thing you notice about this room, looking through Poe's eyes, is you see that on one side of the wall there appears to be 6 tombstones, and on the opposite side of them are what looks to be stuffed scarecrows.
Huh.
And you're looking down the end of the hallway as you move in, and you see
Careful,
someone on the other
side.
side.
Rah.
Otis, could you describe yourself for me, please?
Certainly. So
I was gonna say, I got
Otis is a human. He's about 5'6", very scrawny looking character. He's got pretty simple outfit. It's a consists of like a white shirt, leather vest, pants, boots, little scarf that he wears. He's got some goggles and circular glasses that are on his head. And then if you look closely at his face, you can see what looks to be an electrical scar running down the side of his face.
And that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
Ooh. That was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what the fuck?